Now that and we're past the interview portion, Andino, you're just going to be a part of the podcast.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So, big story that came out of the MMA fighting world. We've talked about MMA before. We got thrashed on YouTube for it.
We sure
Because
did.
obviously we don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
No.
So we're going to talk about it some more.
Yeah. Hope you like it.
Bones just thoroughly beat Daniel Cormier. See? I don't know
So
what the
you're
fuck I'm
already
talking
getting torn
about.
apart by that.
His last fight.
Yeah.
He beat. I wouldn't say he beat the shit out of him, but he thoroughly beat him. Unanimous decision.
Yep.
2 or 3 days later, it comes out that he tested positive for
Cocaine.
cocaine.
He's on the cocaine.
Now, there are people on both sides of this argument saying he should be stripped of all his titles. He tested positive for any kind of drugs, and he
Right.
deserves to be stripped of all his accolades. There's other people saying that it's cocaine. It's a bad drug, but it doesn't help him in the long run. It doesn't help him as a fighter.
Well, I mean, let's be clear here. He wasn't on coke in the fight.
It's not. Yeah, it's not like he sniffed coke, then ran out there and fought.
Tiger blood.
It's like the ending of Scarface. He just could not be stopped.
But see, no, but that's a good point, because that's what people were kind of referring to. Like, I think people have this like skewed version of cocaine, because like most people who were talking about it probably didn't do it much,
Right.
and all they're taking it from is movies. So they probably watched Scarface and said he couldn't feel any of the punches. He had coke in his teeth. How could he feel any of the punches? Of course he's gonna win.
His teeth are cocaine.
He's laced his opponent's gloves with coke, so he's making him stronger.
Yeah, hit me.
But that's not the case.
Right.
He tested positive for like trace amounts.
Yeah, it was in his blood, I guess.
Yeah.
But first of all, let's talk about how the UFC responded to this.
Yeah.
Dana White has completely, taken him under his wing, basically, and said, we really appreciate that he's gone into rehab now.
Right, that was the big story, that he checked himself into rehab.
We really appreciate that our biggest celebrity
It's going to be going
is
out.
seeking help.
Exactly.
The funny thing is, like, he only went into rehab as soon as the story broke. It
Yeah.
wasn't like, oh, hey, he went into rehab for what? And then, oh, the story broke. Oh, it was cocaine. It was like, breaking news. He was on cocaine at some point. He failed a drug test. Oh, he's immediately gone into rehab.
More breaking news. Now he's in rehab.
I gotta go,
Oh, he's
guys.
there. Oh, he's so brave. He went into rehab. Like he's forced to go in there, obviously. And,
Right.
As far as, like, any type of drug addiction, whether he did it for the first time or it's a reoccurring thing for him, it's if you want help, it's something that you got to come to. It can't just be a major news event that
Right.
forces you into it and you're clean
It's a
now.
business
like,
decision.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it sounds like a cop out.
It
the way
feels
you
a
put
little
it.
insincere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not like he went. Like Brian just said. Like, I have a problem. I should probably get in rehab. Jones went into rehab for what? Cocaine? No,
Yeah.
story
Yeah.
broke first.
Right.
So it seems like he's just saving face. Like,
Yeah.
he's Lindsay Lohaning it.
I imagine he was on his couch on his phone and he looks up and ESPN's like showing that. He's like, oh shit. He runs in his car and drives straight to rehab. He's like, I'm here. Publicist, tell them.
On coke.
Just rubbing his nose.
I can't stop punching stuff.
But, okay. As far as the fight goes, and as far as his fights, we don't know how long he's had a drug problem. Saying he's had a drug problem for, the better half of the past couple years, do you feel that takes away from his ability or what he deserves as a champion? Does he deserve to hold on to the light heavy belt? Things like that. Do you think the drug problem takes away from him as a fighter?
No.
Nah.
Not really. Because, I don't feel like that has anything to do with his skills as a fighter. I think it's his personal life, and, if he likes to party and do coke.
Party hard.
I mean, he's like a family man, too,
Yeah.
isn't he? Doesn't he
Who
have like
wouldn't do coke after you just beat the shit out of a champion? I would. Shit.
I mean, they're basically saying that like there's no one else for him to fight in the light heavyweight division except for Ferguson, the guy he fought, and he
Yeah.
had like a really good fight with, and fought him like I think 2 or 3 years ago. After that, they're like, there's no one else for him to fight in the light heavyweight division. He has to move up to heavyweight because there's no one else for him to fight. I mean, can you imagine being that dominant in any field?
Yeah.
in anything, just being so dominant that there's no one else for you to
I tell you to
play
move to a
against.
different category.
You
Like,
have
thank
to-
you for playing.
Now please move
Please
up,
move on.
move
You're done.
away.
You're done.
It's too much.
Your initials are on the screen.
Like, can you like the Chicago
score.
Bulls in their heyday? Can you imagine like the NBA, like David Stern going, "Okay, look,
enough.
you're just too much.
Stop.
You're too
You
good.
can't play anymore unless you like. I don't know. There's nothing else past that. Like
You
that's
have
the
to
top
play
tier.
the Monstars.
You have to play the Monstars.
You
There's
gotta save
nothing
the
else.
planet, all right?
There's nothing else for you to do.
Scottie Pippen, we need you.
Yeah, I mean
MJ, we need you. Get out there.
that's legendary status, man. That's first ballot Hall of Fame type stuff.
Oh, he's a
Yeah.
great fighter. There's no question about that. I mean, this really is just a personal life decision type situation.
I think it's a moral issue with
Well, yeah, in
people.
the public eye, nobody
in the
looks,
public
looks
eye.
positively upon cocaine.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I mean, like, him as a fighter, too, he's always been one that's been outspoken, too. You know, he's never been, like, the nice guy
Yeah.
either. So that doesn't help his situation with fans. I mean, if you're a fan of him, then you're going to be a fan of him, I guess, no matter what. I don't think this is going to detract from fans. Unless
I like him. I'm a
His
fan.
fans probably want to do cocaine with him.
I kind of wanted to do coke a little bit. I'm kidding. Everyone just went way too
Whoa.
silent on that.
Whoa.
Well, there's a vacuum in the room now, Mark. We're going to get you some help.
Okay.
Let's
All right.
check you into rehab.
Mr. Huff wouldn't do cocaine.
Well, it kind of looks like he
It
just
sounds.
did.
Yeah.
Look at that eye. You can't open
It
it.
sounds like there might be coke in the beer.
He's seasoned up. He's seasoned up.
It's not. It's not him running.
I'll see you
It's
later,
not him
guys.
running. It's a top down of him on the floor.
He's fucking out. Mr. Huff just sounds like a street name for coke.
Right.
You guys hear about Jon Jones smoking Mr. Huff?
Mr. Huff.
That's unbelievable.
He's on that Mr. Huff.
Snorting
Yeah.
Mr. Huff straight.
Yeah.
So I mean, all in all, I mean, I feel like, you know, there's nothing.
Well, think about any other athletes who have like been, guilty of doing it, whether it be publicly known or not. They
Lance Armstrong.
well, I don't know what he other than steroids, but I don't know if he was doing cocaine. But
Maybe.
any other athletes though who do this
mean,
stuff and get
The,
caught.
the Lance Armstrong stuff really, really upset me because of all the good that he did,
Yeah.
just off those stupid bracelets.
Yeah.
They're just gonna strip him of everything because of that.
It's like Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
Everything he did is gone.
He still did his good, though. I mean, that's still there. The legacy's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think the problem with Lance Armstrong is that
It's performance enhancing, first of all.
well,
He
not
has one ball,
not
man.
that
That was the issue.
it was
Yeah.
it was the fact that he lied for so many years. Like if you
Blatantly,
if
too.
you were following the story when it came up, like if you had seen any of his interviews, like this guy was passionate. He was like, "No, fuck off. I'm one of the best in the world. I earned this. You can't take this away from me. Blah, blah, blah." Like, you felt the passion. Like, this guy fucking survived cancer.
Right.
He won 5 Tour de France. He's
America.
a fucking man. How can you not like Lance Armstrong? And then one day it's just like, yeah, I lied.
Well, that's the thing. Like,
That's what people were
Sorry.
frustrated
what
about.
makes it even worse though is like, didn't he like ruin some reporters' lives? Like,
Oh
suing
yeah,
them
yeah, yeah.
For
There was
like making him
a
look
number
bad?
of reporters. He took to court and he won these cases
Yeah.
because the judges believed Lance Armstrong because he was so vehement in his argument that like no, they're trying to destroy my legacy. They're trying to
Right.
destroy this good that I'm doing
Yeah.
for these cancer foundations and stuff. And then it turns out that like he was fucking lying
Yeah.
the whole time. Like people.
At the time, there was no proof of that, so that's why he won the case.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then when they turn
Which
around,
only makes
they,
it look worse though when he
Oh,
when
yeah.
all the truth
I mean,
For
comes out.
sure.
how does he get through so many cases and nobody goes, we should probably drug test him?
Let's test him.
Well, he was been. I think he'd been drug tested, but I think he just kind of like fell through the crack. Like he was
Yeah.
able to pass these drug tests in a way that I guess his competition
Yeah.
wasn't. But there, I don't know who said this first, but I think it was probably Bill Burr. But I mean, our drugged up guy beat their drugged up guy. That's what I always hold on to that.
No,
like
steroids.
they were all fucking doing
yeah,
it.
steroids, HGH, all that is like rampant.
Blood doping?
Every sport.
Yeah.
Every sport. So I mean, as
And they were all
angry as we
cheating.
get at
Our
that-
guy just cheated better than the rest of the entire world. He
Right.
cheated better than the rest of the world.
Yeah,
So
baseball too.
go America.
Acted better, too.
Football too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah, the
mean,
rest of them just fucking crumbled. He held on to that shit for like 2 decades.
we have
Retired. He did fucking movies. He had a foundation. I think they said he raised like $250 million, something like that. Something crazy. Some crazy number for cancer research.
Good
So,
for him.
I mean, it's a lot of money, and it sucks that takes away from
It doesn't.
all the good that
Not
that.
for me.
I
Not
mean,
for me.
well,
That's
I mean,
fine.
well,
Yeah.
If the good outweighs the bad,
Hey,
All
man,
right.
he
Well,
probably,
it's
he
just
probably
the-
saved
it's
some
just-
lives.
yeah, but
just
how
the
many people are
immediate
donating
context.
to Live Strong now?
let's
look at it in the-
party, Lance Armstrong.
Look at it in the perspective, like among like us, like the four of us, like if one of us has always been like, you know, they're loyal to their girlfriend, they're a wonderful person, and then like after disowning other people for doing bad things and cheating, and then all of a sudden like 3 years later, wait, you were cheating? Like, you fucking hypocrite.
Yeah, Marco.
asshole.
Marco.
I didn't mean to throw anybody under the bus, Marco.
I didn't cheat on my girlfriend.
Yeah, that's what you'll say.
That's what he's been
No, but again,
saying
it's just
for 4 years.
For someone who's established something for so long, like they're headstrong about this, like this, they're dedicated to this, and not only vehemently fought against it, and put other and potentially ruin other people's lives,
Yeah.
their reputation, their livelihood with their money and all
This
that.
is
like,
true, but what in that situation, what good was brought about?
Oh no, you're right. And you're right. And
The cheating boyfriend bring about $250 million for cancer research in the process?
did you, Marco? I guess not. Well, no. Again, and I understand your perspective, but unfortunately, a lot of the times, all the good that was done, whether it be genuine, truly genuine, will be overlooked completely because of the severe negative.
I
Yeah.
guess so. You either die the hero
Oh, you live long
or
enough.
you live long enough
Is that
to
like the
become the
8th
villain.
Batman
All I am,
reference in this fucking
you know what's the worst part is I'm such a adamant fan that I'll see all these references in real life and I cut myself back from saying them.
You go,
You know, as you guys were saying, based on all I could think was Jim Gordon in Dark Knight Rises, like based on a lie. we won.
You wish you had someone to take the blame so your hands could be clean.
Stick their hands into the filth.
There it is.
Keep yours clean.
I don't know, Commissioner. Your hands
Yeah,
look pretty dirty.
I don't know,
to me.
Lance Armstrong. Your hands are pretty dirty to me.
Your balls look pretty dirty to me.
all that testosterone.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Yeah.
For the record, Marco has not committed any adultery.
No,
No.
that's good.
Knowledge.
That's good.
No, Nicole. No. That didn't happen.
Who?
Which one is that?
That's not his girlfriend's name.
Shut up, Adam.
Well, at least we'll know what part is edited out. That's good.
Oh, I'm leaving all this.
Yeah. Anyway, so kind of reaching back to where we were talking about.
Reach back.
Something that people have brought up is the hypocrisy within the UFC. Specifically with Nate.
Well, you're going way back.
With Nate Diaz.
Yeah.
Because he got caught for THC,
Yeah.
which, mind you, is legal in some states. And they treated him much harshly than they did for
Yeah.
the cocaine charge.
I think it had a lot to do with the fact that he's such a prick.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And I think I think that has a lot to do with. Oh, am I not picking up too much? I think that has a lot to do with it. Is just the fact that he's just so fucking unlikable.
Yeah.
And I think that
Yeah.
that goes for Bones for certain people.
Him and his brother are just
They're just
bitches.
bricks, man.
Please don't beat me.
You know
up.
what's funny? Like,
Seriously.
when you just referenced that, it made me think about how like Lance Armstrong for the longest time would get away with like, oh, there's the rumors, but no, he's such a great person. You don't think about.
Yeah, that had a lot to do with
but
it.
Barry Bonds, reporters would hound him because he'd be an asshole to the press, so
Right.
they would
Right.
just hound him more and more
Right.
and more.
I think there's more to that.
I'm sure there's a whole lot more, but nonetheless, it's just like because one is good to the media and one is great to the public eye,
Right.
they give him a better like effort. Like we'll
They
give
get
you
a
more
pass.
leniency.
They get a
Yeah,
pass.
there's
No,
a
definitely.
pass.
That has a lot to do with
Right.
it. The fact that, like you said before, Dana has Bones under his wing, and he wants to prop Bones up as like the future of the UFC. He wants him to be the guy.
Yeah.
And you
he's
can't
a champion.
right? And you can't groom somebody like that by beating them down.
Yeah.
Like you need to be supportive. You need to have their back. They're not grooming Nate Diaz or none of these other guys.
That's their golden boy, man.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
fucking Dana. He wanted Chael, but Chael's a piece of shit too. They could like you can't have a guy like that
I mean,
being the golden boy of your organization.
For the
when
record, I like Chael.
he's a fucking cheater too.
I know, but he talked a lot of crap. But
No,
like,
okay, I say cheater
I
too.
just want
but
Adam
Bones
to wear a
didn't
shirt
cheat.
that says "I like Chael."
I like Chael.
I like Chael.
Bones
I
didn't
meant
cheat.
Chael, but-
Chael's son and cheated though. He did drugs and he got caught, and then instead of he owned up to it, and then he fucking quit.
Yeah.
Like I don't see how you could be a fan of Chael's son, and I don't get it.
I mean, I liked his
Quitters
personality.
never win.
It's true.
Winners never quit.
There it is.
Goonies never
They
die.
just keep cheating. Like
I mean,
Chael.
I was a fan of Chael's son, and I liked his commentary especially. I just liked his personality.
No, Chael. I think Chael is the perfect guy to go from UFC to wrestling. Definitely. I
Yeah.
think he would work so perfectly.
He was great at that.
Yeah, I think just his commentary. I think if they needed another guy like Ken Shamrock, perfect.
Absolutely.
Fucking perfect.
Yeah.
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 But that doesn't. Yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
Cocaine.
cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Crazy hell of a drug.